Hi, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again with yet another deck tech featuring a legendary creature from MKM, and it's going to be the Pride of Hull Clade to kick the week off this week. 10 and a green, so 11 mana value, for a legendary creature, which is Crocodile Elk Turtle, if I remember correctly. And this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total toughness of creatures you control. Has Defender. It comes in at 215. And has 2 and a double blue. Until the end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its toughness, and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Yeah. Now, traditionally I would expect this would be in the legendary Dragon Arcades Defender deck, but I decided to try this out and see if we could just do a blue-green Defender deck, just for a bit of a change and a bit of a laugh. And yeah, I've played tested 2 games with it, and it's actually better than I thought it was going to be. So, here we go. This is what today's deck looks like. So, yeah, blue-green lands. I'm not going to go through them all. There's nothing you wouldn't expect. Everything's there as normal, including somewhere. The only things that are missing, sorry, are Radical Tower and Temple of the False Gods. So I've decided to ignore them just to give myself a break from them. Ramp-wise, got a little bit heavy. We've got Mana Crypt. We've got Sol Ring. We've got Arcane Signet, Talisman of Curiosity and Thought Festival, but we've got some of the green ramp spells in as well, so we'll get to them in a minute. But it really is about creatures whose toughness is greater than their power, or they have Defender. And yeah, it's been a fun one to put together, this one. So, first one, 0 costing wall. We'll start with Shield Sphere. Yes, if it blocks, she gets a little bit smaller, but hey, don't block with it. You can block with it early, kill it off, it's fine. A Boreal Grazer helps us put an extra land into play. Yes, it hasn't got Defender, but it is a 0/3, so when we get the attack in, it does do something a little bit special, hopefully, with some of the enchantments. Same with Jahidi Offshoot, we get a bit of life gain. The Caretaker gives us a little bit of tapping our walls to give us a little bit of ramp. Traproot Cami just has reach and flying, and its toughness is equal to number of forests on the battlefield, so hopefully it'll always be at least 1. Well, it's going to have to be, isn't it? Wall of Wood, just a 0/3 for 1. Elixir of Immortality, so when our defenders get murdered, we get to put them back into the library again when we shuffle things. And Meek Stone. All our stuff will untap when it attacks, because it reverts back to being 3 power or 2 power or less, but it stops everyone else going, so it's a bit of a pain. You might make you a target, be warned about it though, so you know. Walking Bulwark gains until the end of turn, target creature with Defender gains haste, can attack as though it didn't have Defender, and assign combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. A lovely little 1-drop from Brothers War, so yeah, pick one of these up if you aren't going to do if you're going to play this deck. Coral Colony, just a little bit of milling if we want to do that side of things. If people's drawing a lot of cards, we can maybe mill them out. Cyclonic Rift gives a bit of board control. Ludwig's test subject hopefully will become 13/13, where he thinks some mana into it, but it's a 0/3 for 2 mana, so we're not going to complain too much. Thing in the Ice, a bit more board control. We've got a few instants and sorceries in the deck. Whether we're going to have enough to trigger it, I'm not. Well, if we get out early enough and we play the ramp spells and what have you, we should be able to do it and hold up. So like counter spell or mana drain for when we need it. We should be able to flip the thing if we need to. Assault Formation. Just what you'd expect in any deck that's based around defenders. You can make your defenders attack by paying 1 green mana. Voracious Vine Ward, just another way of getting another land into your hand and into play if you need to for 2 mana. Gatekeeper, same again, basic land or a gate. These are some of the ramp spells I was talking about, but then we have got Nature's Law, Rampant Growth, and 3 Visits here somewhere, which I'll get to. Overgrown Battlement is just great in this deck. Get a green mana for each creature you control with Defender. Primal Druid, another 0/3 that hasn't got Defender, I know that, but when this dies, you can get basic land from your graveyard into the battle, from your library into the battlefield taps, I should say. Primal Rage gives all our creatures trample. Yeah, okay, that works. Sylvan Caryatid, just a ramp spell that's got hexproof. There's the 3 visits. Wall of Blossoms replaces itself. Wall of Roots just gives us extra mana, though it does make it smaller every time we do. Growth Spiral, a little bit more card draw and a little bit of a ramping side of things. A couple of things down here. Crashing Drawbridge, so all of our defenders can get haste when we're going to attack with them. Okay then. Dowsing Dagger, just because it gives someone else a couple of things, and hopefully we can get it flipped so that we can have our Lost Veils to give us 3 mana of any colour. Talisman of Curiosity I mentioned, Thought Vessel, and Warmonger's Chariot. How to turn all of your walls into attackers, even when they still have Defender. And they get a bit bigger. And it probably upsets people. So, yeah, good plan. Like this one. 3-drop wise, Geist of the Archive, so we get a bit of scrying in. Ghosts, Guardians of Alborough, so modified creatures can attack so they didn't have Defender. So, yeah, modified creature would be, down here somewhere with a chariot. Ristic Study, because I'm playing a blue deck at the end of the day. Wall of Air gives us a nice big blocker in the air. Axebane Guardian does the whole let's tap for mana of in any combination of colours where X is the number of creatures you control. So it's slightly better, bit weaker, but slightly better because it gives blue and green. Hornet Nest, because it has got Defender, and let's get a whole lot of Death Touch and Insect things when we block something big with it. Spider Silk Armour gives all our creatures a bit of a toughness boost and gives them more reach. Cavern Caryatid just replaces itself, but it's a 2/5, so a little bit more scary to deal with. And Wildfield Scarecrow, we can sack it off when we need to, when we're blocking, to go and get a couple of basic lands to go in our hand. Levitation gives all our walls flying. Yeah, I don't get it either, but I think it's funny. Bedrock Tortoise, one of the other few creatures like Defender in the deck, gives all our creatures hexproof during our turn, and each creature with toughness greater than power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. That's nice. Carnivorous Plant is one of the things that will be affected by Meekstone because it starts quite high up, but yeah, it's a 4/5 block, you don't have to attack with it. Guardian Project, more card draw. Invasion of Zendikar, go and fetch us some basic lands out. Tree of Redemption, exchange your life total with Tree of Redemption's toughness. Very good if you can safely assure you're going to attack for sort of like 30 plus. It's funny. Jungle Barrier just draws a card when it comes into play and replaces itself at 2/6. Mnemonic War returns one of our instants and sorceries. So we've had to use Cyclonic Rift early to remove one thing. We can get it back to do the overload side of things. Infested Roothold, just protection from artifacts. Whenever an opponent casts an artifact, we get green insect tokens. This is quite nice. Sight of the Scale Lords just makes everything bigger because all of our toughnesses are basically 4 or more in most cases. And yeah, giving them +2/+2 and then going in for the attack is great, especially if we stack it in the right way. That unnatural growth then doubles them up from there. Or, so Pundrel does the same thing as well. Hopefully we'll get there. Last March of the Ents gives us some card draw if we need it. Majestic Genesis. We have a 11 mana value commander that's always going to be in the command zone or in play. 8 mana will probably give us the better part of 7-8 permanents come into play of any value. Yeah, definitely worth doing Majestic Genesis with this deck. Colossus of Arcosus Acros, 10/10 becomes monstrous, but we don't need to because it's indestructible, so we can just pay maybe 1 green mana from the assault formation and just start attacking with the 10/10. Yeah. And if we do get the spare 10 mana and make it monstrous at 20/20 indestructible with trample, exile, maybe, farewell, yeah, probably, but painful if it doesn't happen quickly. Final card in the deck is the Invasion of Ikoria, mainly because each non-creature, when we can get it flipped, each non-creature you control may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. So, it does help us out from getting the damage through to a certain degree later in the game. But that's it. That's my rather fun take on the Pride of Hull Clade. Like I said, the 2 test games I've had with it have been great fun and have caused a lot of problems, and we've done really well with the deck. So, try it out, see how you feel. In the meantime, if you can, please hit the subscribe button that's down here. 347 as I record this one today, so a couple more people joined me last week, so thank you to those people if you're still here watching today. I appreciate you hitting the subscribe button. Hit the like button as well, so it helps out with the algorithm, because I know at least one of those people came to me because of the algorithm, so they told me that in a comment. And yeah, come and see me. Want to see me play this on Twitch? Link down below to the Twitch channel. I have set myself a new target, 250 followers on there. We're on 221 as I record this, so yeah, come and help me out over there as well. But for now, I'll be back tomorrow with something probably a little bit more in depth, because this is quite silly and fun. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.